Hey folks, yeah, it's me, the Bearded Game here, and I had a very interesting morning. I was getting ready for my new job, start my training. I was going to do some first shift hours, or morning hours. I was going to work from 8 in the morning to 4 p.m. I was having trouble, been having trouble to sleep these last couple days. Just kind of waking up, feeling a little, not lightheaded, but what am I trying to say? Little pressure in the chest. Nothing big, nothing that I'm not used to. I mean, everybody says it's just anxiety, and then I do my breathing techniques and I'd be fine. Not a big deal. This morning it woke me up pretty alarming at 6 o'clock this morning, and it really hurt. And it felt like there was a giant Thor Hulk hand, if you want to call it, in my chest. And it just felt like its fingers and everything was just moving around inside my chest, like it had a hold on my heart. That's the best way I can describe. It was discomforting, but it wasn't hurting per se, but it really didn't feel good. Not to mention my heart was racing everywhere. It was going from 80 beats to 160 beats to 110 back up to 135. It was very unstable. I could tell my heart race was not good, and I knew. At first I thought it's just I'm nervous. I got a new job. I'm going to start again. I'm a little nervous. I'm anxious. I'm ready to start work. So I thought just a minor panic attack. Then it wasn't going away. So then I thought, okay, maybe it's some indigestion. I have that. I get some bad indigestion. So I have, carbonated pop, no caffeine, nothing like that. Just, like Sprite Zero or Diet 7 Up, just for the carbonation. So I started drinking that and I start, belching and everything like that. I'm like, okay, it should start going away because it has in the past. No, it's not going anywhere. I mean, it's holding on and it's really holding on tight. And then I'm like, okay, this isn't good because this has been a half an hour. This is from 6 o'clock to 6:30, and it's not going away. Normally, it only lasts a couple minutes. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what's going on here? I mean, it's starting to bother me. I could just feel it just crushing my chest. I mean, like I said, it just felt like a Hulk hand was there and just crushing it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna give it a little more time because it's it hurts, it's discomforting, but it's not really not I'm not like losing consciousness or nothing like that. Well, then I got up. I was very lightheaded. And I'm like, okay, now this isn't good. And I start walking around, and I woke up Pickles, and I said, there's definitely something wrong. She's thinking the same thing that I was thinking. It's just a panic attack. It's gonna go away. It's gonna move on. You take your medicine. It'll move on. No, it wasn't going away. Then comes 7 o'clock. I can't even sit up. I couldn't even sit. I was so disorientated, so dizzy that I couldn't sit anymore, and I had to lay back down. And that was to the point where I couldn't take it anymore, and I finally called 911, and the ambulance came, picked me up. I kind of somehow stumbled down there. They came, picked me up, and they were kind of thinking, it's probably just a real bad panic attack, but we're going to check you out anyway. Well, I knew it got pretty damn serious real fast when they put an EKG monitor, which that monitors your heart to see if you're having a heart attack or if there's something wrong with your heart or your fibrillation or anything like that. Well, I knew right away their eyes got big, and they quickly tried to put an IV in. They couldn't put an IV in, and one guy he jumped out and he went right there. He's the driver, and he was fast, and I never seen a guy move that fast. I was like, okay, so now I'm thinking, okay, this is serious. So I asked, and I said, well, what did you guys find? They said, you have an AFib. And I said, well, okay, what's an AFib? Your heart is very sporadic, very irregular right now. Your heart rate's flying everywhere. Your blood pressure is through the roof. We got to get you in. They didn't even mess around. They went to the best heart clinic there is up in Rochester, Minnesota, St. Mary's, and they said, we're going there right now. No, they didn't even ask me, do you want to go to a different hospital or do you want to go here? No, they said, no, you're going right here. So then I knew, okay, this is pretty serious. And I'm sitting here and I'm laying in the gurney and I'm thinking, and I asked them, am I going to die? And she's like, no, you're not going to die because you're not having a heart attack. You're not having a heart attack, but has to be treated. This has to be treated right now. So, Jesus Christ. they're heading to Rochester. They get on Interstate 90, and the dude must have been going 110, if not 120 miles per hour, because I could feel the momentum in the ambulance. Just flying by semis and cars and everything. I mean, just flying by. When we took our turn off, I could hear the tires squeal. I knew the guy was going fast. Now, mind you, I live about 30 to 45 minutes away. I was there in about 10 to 15 minutes, if that. They called the ambulance, or I'm sorry, they called the ER and they said, "Hey, we're about 5 minutes away. Guys, get ready." And they were ready. They are on the spot. I really appreciate the EMTs, the hospitals, how very professional. I mean, they knew I was here. Boom. They knew my information. They just asked me to repeat it. They always ask you to repeat that just to make sure that you're coherent, you're there, you're conscious. But they already had all my information. They knew I was ready. So boom, I was there. The good news is they took their EKG and they said, oh, he must have went back in sync. Well, back in sync means everything went back to regular. My heartbeat, everything was back to regular. Nothing was abnormal. So I was starting to, I guess, kind of get better in a way, if you call it that. Things start going back into sync, they said. So they monitored me. They got me ready for an IV because they thought they're going to have to give me medicine. And here was the scary part, folks. They were going to give me this medicine that would help slow my heart rate down. If that would not have worked, if they did not see the results they wanted, they were going to take the paddles and shock my heart. They were going to shock my heart. And according to the EMTs and the people there, they said that is the most unpleasant experience you can have. It hurts like hell for the first couple of seconds because you're getting shocked. You're getting electricity through your heart and through your whole body, your whole chest. You know, you see those movies where they got a flatliner and they take those paddles and they go clear, you know, and they do that. Yeah, they would have done that to me conscious, and they said it would have hurt like hell. So I'm glad they didn't have to do that. In fact, they didn't even have to give me medicine because my heart just all of a sudden decided to be in sync, and it decided to start working properly. So I'm waiting for the cardiologist. He comes back and he's like, "Yep, you got AFib." And I'll leave a description down there what AFib is. Pretty much what it is, in a nutshell, what it is I have an irregular heartbeat, and for some reason my heart likes to race or likes to slow down, or sometimes it has a mind of its own, and it doesn't want to stay in sync. It doesn't want to be a nice regular steady heartbeat. It wants to jump all over the place. So that's what he said I have, and I'm like, oh, great. He says the good news is it's not life threatening, of course, unless I don't take care of it. Because you have to take care of it. If you don't take care of it, you eventually can get a stroke. But the bad news is I'm back on one of the medicines that I really, really did not like, and really, I to this day I really don't like, and it's called a beta blocker. And what it does is slow your heart rate down. Well, when it slows your heart rate down, everything gets a little fuzzy or weird, if you know what I mean. It's a drug, but right now I'm kind of glad I'm on it. I'm back on it for right now because it slows my heart rate down, and I don't have that feeling in my chest like something is trying to rip my heart out. I don't have that feeling. So I'm kind of glad I'm back on that. I see my doctor again tomorrow in the morning again. Now, mind you, I was supposed to start my new job. They're nice enough, they're going to wait till Thursday for me to start my job. They are very understanding, and I really, really appreciate that they're very understanding about that. So I'll start my job hopefully Thursday. Depends on what my primary doctor does, or it depends on what more tests I'm going to get. And I talked to my parents, and here I find out my dad has this same thing. He's got AFib, and he was telling me he was kind of going through the same thing, and I kind of knew it, but I had no idea what it felt like. I mean, it's so close to what a heart attack is, except for you're not sweating or you're not unconscious. That's it. It's close, but I keep being told a heart attack still hurts a hell of a lot more. It feels like a sledgehammer is nailing your chest 1,000 times per second. And I didn't have that pain, but I had sharp stabbing pain, and not to the point where it was knocking me out, but I could just feel it, and that's because of the AFib, because my heart was just going fucking nuts. So, excuse me. So With that being said, what's going to happen here? I'm not going to be live streaming. I'm not going to be doing any YouTube videos for a while. I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of this issue. I need to hopefully start my new job here. I need to take care of me first right now. I've never had this before. I've been tested for it many, 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 many times, but they never caught it. They never caught it in an EKG. They've never caught it before. And now this time they actually caught it. So they have proof that I have an AFib heart. They never, like I said, I've been on a Holter monitor, I don't know, 3, 4 times. I've seen a cardiologist for this a couple of times now. Actually, recently I was just on a Holter monitor 2 months ago just to make sure, but they never could catch an AFib. They did this time though. This time it hit hard enough that they did. And the good part, or if there's anything good out of this, I might be able to they might be able to figure out that this isn't all my anxiety. They kept saying it's my anxiety, it's my anxiety. So they kept updosing my medication. Well, now they may be figuring out, hey, he may have this instead. And like I've been telling every doctor I see, I feel like there's something in my chest, like, like a xenomorph or something like that, something from Aliens or something like that, ready to pop out. I mean, I always told them that. I always told them that. But they said, well, we have no proof. We don't have any proof that, we have anything wrong with your heart. Nothing. Well, now they do. Now they found something that there's wrong. So I have to do tests to see how much damage is done, if any damage at all. Hopefully no damage. They need to check. They're going to do an ultrasound on my heart and figure out if I have any tears, if I have any valve damage, if I have any leakage or anything like that. And I'm hoping I don't. Because if I do, I don't know what they do. I think they do surgery for that, and I really don't want to do that. Not a heart surgery. That just doesn't sound good at all. So hopefully I don't have to go down that road. But we need to do further tests, further studies, and in the meantime, I need to take it easy as best I can. So that means I'm not gonna do any live streaming. I'm not gonna be staying up late. I'm not gonna be doing any videos. This is gonna be my last video for a while. Just letting everybody know until I get this under control. So anyway, you guys stay sexy as hell, and I'm gonna try to get this heart situation figured out, and hopefully I'll get some better news here within a week or two when they do some more tests, and hopefully just some proper medication will take care of it. I'm hoping. I'm a pretty young guy, so that's what the cardiologist thinks. He didn't do any further tests or anything like that. He's my primary doctor, can do that, but he just thinks that I just have to go back on my beta blocker, and that should take care of the problem. So I'm hoping anyway. So anyway, hope to talk to you guys soon. Like I said, I'm sorry about this, but I gotta take care of me, and I will not be uploading or live streaming probably for a couple weeks until I have everything figured out, all the I's crossed, all the D's, all the T's crossed and the I's dotted and all that good shit. So anyway, till then, guys, thank you very much, and I'll talk with you later. Bye.